Jomo, should the Ravens sit Lamar rest of the year? No, because he is still your best quarterback, as good as he's been. He's your best quarterback, and you are trying to make the playoffs right now. So until or unless you are eliminated from the postseason, you do not bench your quarterback. Now, if he can't go this week and you lose, you got a very limited chance to make the postseason. But as long as you're alive, you try and get Lamar back out there and healthy.
Let's go to Blake Augustine. Since Tyler Huntley has played well, should the Ravens extend Lamar Jackson? So Huntley played well for like a game or two, and I get it. The one game he had 4 total touchdowns. Lamar hasn't played in 3 weeks, and it sounds like Lamar is going to be able to play this year. As far as I'm concerned, I think the Huntley experiment is fun, and if you can trade him, if you can move on from him in the offseason and you get picks, cool. But I'm not going to let Lamar Jackson walk out the door. I mean, if that's what you're implying, I don't know how much money you were going to give Jackson before all this other stuff happened, but if you don't want to pay him, there's going to be so many other teams out there that are like, yeah, we'll pay Lamar Jackson $40 million a year.
Now, if you want to join these live mailbags, this is a great opportunity. All you have to do is hit that big red button and subscribe right now. It's free. All the mailbags are done live here on Chat Sports. So if you want in, hit that big red button and subscribe for free videos every single day here on Chat Sports. From Troy Sullivan, is Tyler Huntley going to be a trade piece in the offseason? What's he worth in a trade? Ooh, good question. Huntley is an interesting prospect or player. Should have been drafted as far as I'm concerned. Now, you can go back and look at my own draft grades for him. Good offense. He's in the right spot. I don't think any team is going to view Huntley as the franchise guy. Like, I don't think they're going to say, this is our franchise quarterback. They'll view him in, like, maybe in that Gardner Minshew. Like, he can start, be a great backup for you, but that's maybe worth a day 3 pick, early day 3 pick. And if that's the cost, you probably keep him if you're Baltimore. So I think you shop him, but unless the team blows you away, keep him. He's cheap, good quarterback depth. That is very tough to find. Again, if you missed it earlier, the Fanatics jersey deal is available. chatsports.com/jersey deal. Under $90, a ton of NFL jerseys. Official Nike ones, by the way, from all kinds of different teams. All the NFL teams have a jersey for you guys. So whatever team you cheer for, they got you guys covered. We had the Tua question. Boom, there's one right there. Justin Fields. Some rookie jerseys are included for under 90 at chatsports.com/jersey deal. I'll put that link, by the way, in the comment section and in the description.
All right, what is the biggest game of the week? There's a lot of NFL games. There's no Thursday night football this week. Personally, for me, when I look at some of these games on the slate, I'm going to say Raiders-Colts because I'm just a Raiders guy. But that Chiefs and Bengals game, that one really, really is interesting to me. I know the Rams have a pretty tough game as well. The Titans and Dolphins game has a lot riding on it. So please, let me know down in the comment section, what is the biggest game of the week? What up, Bailey? Most disappointing team this year overall? From top to bottom, I mean, I guess I'm going to go Seattle. I get that Russell Wilson has been battling some injuries, but I mean, think about it. I mean, it's been a really, really big disaster. I might also go ahead and say Jacksonville because I know a lot of people, when they paid Urban Meyer the amount of money they did, they're like, oh, you got Trevor Lawrence. It's going to be a total change. That quite didn't happen. So I am, though, going to say Seattle. I think most people, for Seahawks fans, also the Browns, had some high hopes on the Browns as well.
Now, we'll have NFL videos for you guys all off season long. News, rumors, trades, draft, coaching stuff, free agency, all of it. So, if you haven't already, join us. Hit that big red button and subscribe for free videos every single day. In fact, multiple times a day here on Chat Sports.
Let's go to Bailey. Biggest takeaway from this year from a fantasy football perspective. Now, my biggest takeaway is if you're in a fantasy league that does 2-week championships, you're dumb. Get out of those leagues ASAP, Rocky. Sorry, Chugs. I also love 2 quarterback leagues. If you're not in a 2 quarterback league, get in one as soon as possible because the quarterback position, when you do 2 of them, it makes it so much more competitive. And then my last takeaway is if you can get one of those top running backs that you know is going to get a lot of touches, sure, you can risk some injury. I'm going to go ahead and take those guys because there's so many amazing, talented wide receivers that pop up every year, like a Deebo Samuel. Yeah, I have him on basically all my leagues. Those are my takeaways for fantasy football. Now, if you want to talk more fantasy with me, I literally got my start in this industry doing fantasy. I used to write for Fantasy Pros. I used to actually do their start sit. I did stuff for the fantasy footballers. I did stuff for Gridiron Experts. I did a lot of fantasy stuff, actually. And then I realized, well, not a lot of money in fantasy football. So I came over to Chat Sports. Now we do a lot of other NFL content, but I love it. I really, truly do. It's probably one of my favorite things to be able to talk about outside of just normal sports content. Now, I'm definitely more of a sports bettor now because that pays my bills, and I love betting on sports. But yeah, if you guys ever want to have any fantasy questions, please don't be afraid to ask me. Now, the new year is almost here. It's crazy to think that 2022 is here. Hopefully it's better than 2020, right? Yeah, it better be. Give me one of your New Year's resolutions, usually ones that are like, I want to lose some weight, or I'm going to try to ride a bicycle, or I don't know, I don't want to drink for the entire month of January. Give me a New Year's resolution that you have. Throw it down in the comments section. Who knows? You might see it on a future show.
So who wins the Super Bowl? I think the parity this year means that any team that makes it outside of probably the 7 seeds have a real chance at making a run this year. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section.